Hello, my name is Elizabeth, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of prenatal health. So, diving into the problem of prenatal health is that many women unfortunately do not get to go through to get screened. This can lead to many complications, including birth defects, diseases, and other undetected illnesses. This can be due to the lack of education, limited accessibility, or low income levels. Screening can be very costly, as well as it can be quite a drive to get to a good location with high quality instruments. Unfortunately, because of the lack of screening, many babies are born with illnesses and defects.
Public health encompasses a wide range of topics, including protection, prevention, and promotion. Prenatal screenings allow for an increased access to healthcare that can prevent prenatal transmissions of viruses and diseases. Infants born with HIV who remain undiagnosed are vulnerable to disease progression during the first 1 to 2 years of life, including opportunistic infections and encephalopathy. As many as 90% of infants born to HBV-infected mothers in the United States will become infected with HBV themselves. 90% of those infants develop chronic HBV infection, and about 1/4 of these infants will die from liver-related complications. By screening mothers early in their pregnancies, the risk of the baby being born with any of these ailments decreases, and ultimately increasing disease prevention. The more infants born with issues such as HIV, viral hepatitis, and syphilis, the higher the cost of medical care for both the hospital systems and the individual families who are dealing with these issues. Both disease prevention and the monitoring of health conditions are major components of public health that prenatal health addresses.
Hi, my name is Olivia, and I'm going to be talking about our proposed solution. Our plan of action is to create more places for people to access screening, especially in remote and low-income places. Our plan for communication is to educate the public more on this topic in schools at an early age to create a strong foundation. We can use social media to post informative content on the feed, as well as shareable stories to get more of the word out. Having celebrities or highly known people post information will get more people to look at the post since they have big platforms. Our target population is not only pregnant women, but all women.
Credible organization that our group decided to use was the prenatal services provided by the Health Resources and Services Administration. This is an organization that provides prenatal services. It follows the guidelines of the Affordable Care Act, which helps make prevention affordable and accessible for all Americans by requiring health plans to cover preventive services and by eliminating cost sharing for those services. The second credible organization we decided to use was through the Pan American Health Organization. The organization advises countries in the Americas to step up and ensure prenatal care for pregnant women during the COVID-19 pandemic. According to this organization, Epidemiological Alert, the current available data suggests that pregnant women are at a higher risk of developing a severe form of COVID-19. In some cases, it may even lead to death. Knowledge acquired is that it takes a great deal of time and money to be able to build facilities in remote areas and also buy high-quality equipment to take advanced tests. Also, many women are unaware of their own ailments during pregnancy, and unfortunately, these issues are only brought to attention after the birth of their child.
There are 3 dimensions of sexuality: biological, psychological, and sociocultural. Diving into the biological dimension is that we are dealing with the natural anatomy of the pregnant woman, as well as the growing fetus inside. The psychological factor includes enduring the pain of knowing that you can prevent an illness or sickness of your baby by going through these screenings. Although it can be tough to understand that you have your fetus with an issue, it is vitally important to understand what that problem is and to help correct it with these screenings to understand what actions need to be taken. Finally, the social cultural aspect of sexuality is having these screenings to become more normalized. There's also controversy in society as to how to handle a serious prenatal diagnosis of an unborn infant.
Even though in today's day and age, pregnancy becomes more and more of a controversial topic, these are some of our personal points of view Me personally, I'm so thankful for the technology we have now. My sister was born 6 weeks early with a birth defect, and because of the prenatal testing, they were able to know that before she was born. When she came 6 weeks early, the doctors were already prepared to treat her.
For me personally, my mother was pregnant with me at the age of 40, so she was obviously concerned about possible defects that could happen being an older mother. So she was screened for several of these possible issues before giving birth to me, and I'm very grateful that she had the opportunity to do that. Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the issues that we struggled with during this project while we are trying to all collaborate with each other over the internet. Communicating online due to the group members being in different locations made it very difficult to properly delegate the different tasks involved with the project. However, through creating our own GroupMe, we were able to improve this communication. We were also able to figure out a way in which we could record our own audio sections and combine them together to create a cohesive presentation, even though we were all in different locations at the same time.
In relation to our class, we discussed conception, birth, and pregnancy. We learned the natural processes of the stages of human and early life, starting from the sperm and egg all the way up until birth and even after birth as well. We had multiple peer class presentations about this topic. This helped in our understanding of conception as it related to our presentation currently. One specific example of a presentation was Olivia's Media Minute. This presentation was on baby Olivia. It enhanced our visual understanding of the stages of life within the womb.
Throughout this chapter, we also talked about the idea of preconception, which is a concept that promotes the health of women of reproductive age before conception and improves pregnancy-related outcomes. This concept contains the ideas of promotion, screening, and risk factor reduction for pregnant women, all of which encompass the idea of prenatal screenings that we discussed in this presentation. Some of the components of prenatal conception that we talked about during this semester was family and medical history, women's nutritional status, social concerns, drug and alcohol use, and the screening for infectious diseases or STDs, all of which can affect the health of both the mother and the unborn child. As you can now conclude, prenatal testing is not only important for the health of the unborn child, but also for the emotional and physical health of the mother and those who surround this baby as they are brought into this world. It is a necessary step in prenatal care.